Hello everybody, it is your boy, Tommy Boy. Do you know what? I had to think about this and I'm like, I don't really know how to formally fucking start these episodes, these YouTube videos. I am very much new to this whole thing and I have to embrace being an influencer, which feels fucking weird to me. And I'm gonna keep saying this until it no longer feels weird. Anyway, guys, today, now I kind of want to restart the video because I should never greet myself or introduce myself as Tommy Boy. That sounds super cringe. But look, one lesson that Hannah has taught me a couple of weeks ago, she said to me, and it's really stuck with me, is don't kill the part that's cringe, kill the part that cringes. So I am making a vow to myself to cringe less at the stupid shit that I come out with, and yeah, kill the part of me that cringes at things that definitely cringe, like introducing yourself as Tommy Boy. Anyway, guys, we are on the way to the gym. Today is going to be pull day. It's usually a push day for me on a Monday, but I had to squeeze in a session over the weekend, which had to be chest because I'm already training back twice a week. And because we've got Christmas just on the horizon, so I will not be able to squeeze in all of my sessions during the week. So as a result of that, I hit 5 sessions last week, and this week will just be the 3. What's been happening? I don't even know what else to say, really. It's been pretty quiet, to be honest. I've just been chipping away in this fat loss phase. I am, I think, 11 or so days in. No, it must be 12 days in because, yeah, I started my fat loss phase 2 weeks ago and my check-in is tomorrow. So 12 days in, about 3 kilos down. The weight has just been not moving over the past, really, like 4 or 5 days. I've just been bouncing in between like 105.3 and 105.8. So I'm hoping to see a big drop on the scale tomorrow. I have been a little bit backed up, which is not helping things. But you know, what always fixes that is 3 shots of coffee and things are moving nice and smoothly down there again, which is great. All right, guys, I am going to let this pre-workout kick in. There's a few things that I want to improve upon today, being my second YouTube video that I'm filming myself. I have another one that by the time you view this video would have already come out, which was shot by Blake. But I want to try and make it a vow to not hold the camera up so low to the point where everybody is looking at the hairs inside my nose. So hopefully we can do just that today. I'm going to take you through my full back day, then we'll do a little bit of posing and maybe we'll yap a little bit more when it comes time to sit down and eat the post-workout feed. Alrighty people, we are here. I have found the DY row. It is chock-a-block in the gym today. Everyone getting their sessions in before Christmas starts. Now we have in front of me my program, 7 exercises, 4 back movements and 3 bicep movements. Interestingly, my biceps are already feeling a little bit sore today. I don't know what the fuck is going on there. Plan of attack today is to not get weaker, basically. I have been trialing something a little bit different over the past probably 4 or 5 days or so, which is like mega dosing my creatine. It actually fucking works. Like, I know that people like to kind of joke about creatine because whenever they've jumped back on cycle, they'll put in their Instagram stories, I've just started taking creatine again. I am, Jesus Christ. I am on, let's call it TRT plus some at the moment. So the plus some is certainly helping, but I tell you what, guys, creatine 15 to 20 grams pre-workout has made a tremendous difference to my strength. And like I said, in the past 12 days or so, I've lost 3 kilos, and if anything, my strength has gone up. So it's only early days, but I do think there is something to be said for the efficacy of actually dosing creatine well above the recommended range, which is like usually 5 to 10 grams. If you haven't tried taking 20 to 25 grams of creatine, just give it a try. You might actually find that your strength goes up. And I was having a conversation with Dean about why I might get weaker in a deficit, and there was two things that we discussed. Number one was being deficient in creatine phosphate, which is obviously the form of creatine that your body converts creatine monohydrate from, or to rather. I should probably turn down my headphones. They're fucking screaming away in my head. And the second thing is potentially not resting long enough in between sets. Like if you're in a position where you're trying to retain as much strength as you possibly can, then you really need to make sure that you're recovering sufficiently in between your working sets. And if it means taking an extra 15 to 30 seconds, then by all means, fucking do it, you know? So that's gonna be the plan today. If I can make progress, sweet. If I can't, then I'm gonna be maintaining strength at the very least. I'm gonna make sure that happens. Number one is to jump into the DY row here. This one has been a bit of a slog over the last few weeks, so let's see how we go. Tell you what, I am so glad that I remembered to bring my headphones with me today, because I rocked up to the gym on Saturday and I was having one of those days where I was like I was keen to train, but I felt like I really needed some extra kick up the arse. It's just one of those days, and rock up to the gym. Sure enough, I've left my headphones at home. It's like, fuck's sake. I think it was just one of those days where I was feeling like particularly antisocial as well. And you know how it is, whenever you go to the gym with no headphones, and I think people see that as an invitation to just walk up to you and start talking to you, which is fine, it's all good, but sometimes when I'm at the gym to train, I just want to train, and Saturday was one of those days. But I didn't have me fucking headphones with me, did I? So I ended up spending like a good fucking, oh, look at this big guy. Speaking of, I was just telling the viewers how I came to the gym on Saturday with no fucking headphones. Oh. And it was one of those days where I was feeling like hella antisocial as well. And just for everyone, it's like an open invitation to just come up and start talking to you. And I was like, speaking of people that just want to come up and start talking to you.
I come around your session all the time.
Have you got my fucking creamy containers? Oh my God.
What a dog.
This guy.
Fuck.
So I was an idiot, to be fair, and I bought the shit fucking creamy. The creamy that only has the 450ml containers. Anyway, Jake has two spare, so I bought the big containers as well. So now we have to do a trade, and this motherfucker keeps forgetting.
It's been like 5 times. I got 4 of the small ones, so you can have extra. It's coming with interest.
Okay, so that's how it's, okay.
It's coming with interest.
I like the interest.
Hell, you met Tom before? Yeah.
I feel like I have.
Probably at the show or something.
Surely.
No, basketball player, what did I tell you?
You said 14, I was like,
no shit. No shit.
He's fucking, I'm twice his age and he's taller than me, so.
Shoulder striations, triceps, biceps, fucking everything.
Oh, the courage genetics, eh? All right, are you guys done?
Yeah, we're done.
Easy.
And your choo-choo.
First working set, let's fucking do this. This is gonna be a very sloppy set of 15, I'm predicting. Let's go. That was a little bit sloppy, but not too bad. I've been very guilty in the past of like overextending through any kind of back movement, so like overly prioritizing the stretch position. So you kind of see it in that video there. Like, I don't think I was overly extending too much, because there comes a point where you're not taking the muscle through the lengthened position anymore. Like, you can only physically stretch a muscle so far, right? So I'm trying to stretch the middle of my back without stretching it so far to the point that the tension goes off the muscle completely. And I'm trying to do this in a way that's hitting a bit more mid-back too. So my elbows are a bit more flared and I'm really just pulling the scapula back, letting the mid-back open up, but not like overly stretching so much so to the point that I'm essentially just resting at that point. But no, that was a pretty good start actually. It was a bit of a grind, but one more rep than last week. And honestly, my last week's efforts at 14 reps were probably more sloppy than those today. So that could be the trick. Just need to film more YouTube content because I seem to get like 2 to 3% stronger. We'll take it. All right, next up is the chest supported T-bar row here. This is the sort of exercise that gives me anxiety, to be honest. I just find it really hard to make decent progress on this fucking machine. So last week we got 7 reps here at 87.5. Today we're gonna try and get 8. I feel like I strained my forearm last week in the process of trying to keep this left wrist neutral. I have a bit of a fucking limp wrist on this side, so hopefully we can keep this forearm nice and tight this week without kind of pulling too much through the wrist. Yeah, again, it's going to be a bit of a sloppy looking set here, but I'm pretty confident we can get 8. Let's give it a go. Oh, that really was not too bad. Mate, might be something in that fucking creatine, to be honest. All right, next up is a high pull down. So it was just the one set of the T-bar row, which I was pretty happy about, to be honest. I mean, look, you guys can be the judge, but I felt as though the form was not too bad. Now this exercise, funnily enough, used to be my favorite back exercise for years, back when I was training at Good Life. This was one of very few good machines that they actually had. And I think it was just my favorite because it was pretty friendly on the ego. Like, I remember doing this as my first exercise and I could load up like 4.5 to 5 plates. Fast forward like 4 years and I'm only doing, what's this, 3.5. But the form is obviously a lot nicer. You'll notice so far the common theme for me today has been mid-back. So the DY row we were doing with elbows flared, the T-bar row, elbows flared, and even this high pull down here, it's not the sort of pull down that's going to target the lats as effectively as, say, like a neutral grip lat pull down would. So my elbows will be relatively flared and I'll be pulling through my scapula, going beyond the point that would like bias the lats as such, but the last exercise will be lat specific. So we're going to hit 2 sets here, 10 to 12 reps. I've decided to bump the weight. The last 2 weeks I've just kind of been sitting at 135, so we're going to move up to 140 today. I'll try and get 11 or 12, keep the form nice and standardized, and yeah, then we'll finish off with a single arm dumbbell row. Let's do it. That really was not too bad, actually. The temptation with this exercise is to like really lean back against the chest support. So I'm trying to maintain some contact between like my sternum and the pad in front of me. Like I know as soon as that sternum comes off the pad that I'm just fucking leaning back now. So I want to keep my torso relatively rigid. Elbows are flared out. A good amount of lat to mid back on this exercise. And that was probably like 2 reps in the tank there, really. So we'll rest up for another couple of minutes, do this once more, and then we'll finish off with some unilateral dumbbell rows. Okay, so last but not least is the unilateral dumbbell row. This exercise I've basically been keeping the weight the same for the last 4 weeks in a row. It's been 55 kilo dumbbells. And that's simply because every time I consider increasing the weight, I remember how they felt and how they looked the week before, and I've never been super happy with them. So I think there's something to be said for chasing a form of progression without forcing that progression to come from extra weight. So today, if I can get 11 reps, because I've just been stuck at 10 and 8. And look, single arm dumbbell rows are the sort of exercise where you can just force the progression, to be honest. Like a lot of people will just throw the weight around. So like, it's not that I can't get 11 or 12, it's that they're not being done to the standard that I'm happy with. So I want to get 11, but I want to make sure that they're 11 good quality reps and not just 11 reps for the sake of getting 11 reps. So we'll see how we go today. I might get 10. As long as I'm happy with the set and we're not fucking going backwards, really, that's the main priority for me. Let's give it a go. Let's ramp the tunes up and we'll go from there. Stuck at 10 again. Again, I feel like I probably could have got 11, but it would have been super sloppy, and I think that set of 10 was a little bit better than my set of 10 last week. I have also made progress on every single exercise up to this exercise, so that in itself, assuming I can maintain my performance from last week, I think is a win, given that I've progressed on every single other exercise. I tell you what, these single arm rows are fucking tricky, especially as your last exercise. I mean, I'm already gassed. So like I said, if I can just maintain, I'll be pretty happy. I need a good minute in between sides as well. It's always easier on the left side. My right side lower back has been extremely problematic for some time now, so that's part of the reason why I think that's the reason why my right lat is a little bit weaker than my left lat. I don't think you can see it. Like, it's not something visually that you'll pick up and go, oh, like, his left lat's way bigger than his right lat. But there's definitely some weakness there. Like, there's a little bit of asymmetry just from a strength standpoint, which is why I always start on my right side for like back focus movements. Whereas everything else is the opposite. Legs,
weaker side is the left side, arms, the weaker side is the left side. It's just back. All right, one more set of this, and then we have 3 bicep movements to get in. This is a big training session, fuck. Especially when you're only training 4 days a week. Like, you have to somewhat replace the volume from that extra session that's no longer there. So some of these sessions nowadays are going for like an hour and a half, sometimes even a little bit longer, versus 5 sessions a week that would run for like an hour, hour and 10.
Okay, so we've got 3 bicep movements. First up is the behind the back cable bicep curl. So this is going to be targeting the bicep more so in the lengthened position. And then we're going to switch it up to a shortened bicep curl, which is going to be like a machine overhead bicep curl. And then last up we have a high cable curl, which is, to be honest, basically the same thing as the machine version, but I'll just be doing it bilaterally, assuming I can get both cables. And yeah, and we'll go from there. So the main thing to consider with this variation of the bicep curl is keeping your humerus still. So I'm going to be having my arm right back behind me, and I'm going to be making sure that my humerus does not move. So I basically want my elbow to stay pointing right back in line to the cable. And I want to avoid letting the temptation to kick in to bring my fist up to, like, closer to my shoulder than where it needs to be. So I'm going to keep it down here, because if I just go up here to like this is just going to be anterior delt. So I want to keep the anterior delts out of it, and I just want to squeeze and stretch the bicep. I just realized I started with my right side, which is not what I'm supposed to do for biceps. It's fucking heavy. Oh, sheesh. Just had the pleasure of meeting my 61st YouTube subscriber. His name is Eric. Shout out Eric. Yeah, he just came up to me and was like, "Hey bro, do you do TikTok?" I was like, I mean, I actually did just start a TikTok account, but I haven't posted shit. But I am filming for YouTube today, so if you want to subscribe, that'll be fucking dope. And yeah, sure enough, he subscribed. What a good dude. Thank you, Eric. Made my day, genuinely. All right, so we have 2 sets here of a shortened bicep curl. Actually, no, 1 set of this and then 3 sets of the cable variation, which is slightly similar, but the tension is a little bit more consistent. This one here is more so going to be right in the shortened position. So we're going to do 1 set, 13 to 15 reps, and then we'll finish off, and I'll probably do a quick round of posing before we wrap things up. I like to face away from the machine just so I can really take my delt out of it, and I'm trying to push my shoulder down into the pad and avoid shrugging my shoulder up. So when you do this one, think about pushing your shoulder down, armpit locked down, and then squeeze the bicep, pausing in the shortened position, controlling the negative. Let's keep that shoulder down. It's so tempting to let that shoulder come up as you extend away.
Jesus, that is fucking hard. I'll tell you what, I'm actually so glad I only have one set here because that was way too hard. Still managed 13, so I didn't regress. But again, it's just the sort of exercise where if I went any heavier, they would just look particularly fucking sloppy. So I'm glad we're just doing the one set, and I'm glad I'm not forcing any more weight on this exercise. We'll wrap it up on the right hand side, we'll match it for 13 reps, and then we'll finish off. Okay, last up is again, another high cable curl, but the tension, like I said, is just gonna be a little bit more consistent with the cables. I would like to use like the wide cables both at the same time, but it's super busy here. So we're just gonna do one arm at a time. We're gonna do 3 sets of this essentially back to back to back. We should see the reps taper off. So we're gonna do like, I don't know, 15, and then we'll get maybe 12, and then we'll be lucky to get 9. So it's in a way kind of like a rest pause set. It's basically just go left arm, right arm, left arm, right arm, left arm, right arm. 3 sets each side, back to back. Biceps will be looking nice and juicy, and then we'll do a bit of posing. Hopefully I can get in front of the natural lighting, and then we'll wrap the video up with the little debrief in the car. Funny thing is with this DJI camera is that I always feel like my physique looks like shit because I'm looking at this tiny little screen in front of me. But then when I bring it up on my computer and I'm editing the video, I'm like, huh, it's actually not too bad. So we'll hit a quick round of posing here with the back and bicep pump. Hopefully that lower back's starting to sharpen up, because the last thing I want is to send my check-in to Dean tomorrow and he thinks I look fat and he drops my calories by a good 500, which, to be honest, I would not be surprised if he does. I still haven't quite figured out how to hit my front lat spread properly. I think it's one of those poses that'll look pretty average in my off season, even though I know I'm still relatively lean now. But once that waist disappears and once those love handles just disappear, I think the front lat spread will look pretty gnarly. Hopefully. It's just always been one of those poses that for some reason feels hella awkward. Just like anything, I just got to practice it, do it more, do it so much to a point where it doesn't feel awkward anymore, just like making YouTube videos. Okay, everybody, that is a wrap. I just came down from the gym, sat in my car, turned my car on, and then realized I left my water bottle inside the gym. And not only was it inside the gym, it was upstairs. So I went on a wild fucking goose hunt for my water bottle, but we got there. Anyway, pretty productive session today. I think I made progress in 5 out of the 7 exercises. It was only the single arm dumbbell rows and the first of the 2 variations of the higher cable curl or the high machine curl, which was the one that stagnated a little bit. So progress in 5 out of the 7 exercises. I would take that as a win. We are into the 2nd week of fat loss at the moment. So if I can at the very least just maintain my strength, then I'm going to be pretty happy.
I'm not gonna lie, guys, I have been suffering from a lot of fucking anxiety today, but I decided to face my anxiety head on and film a YouTube video. And I think it's gone all right. I think it's gone okay. Apart from my awkward introduction of, introducing myself as Tommy Boy. Maybe that'll stick. I am thinking of potentially changing my YouTube name. It's still gonna be Tom Stanley _ IFBB Pro, but maybe I'll change it from Tom the Bodybuilder to Tommy Boy. Anyway, guys, I believe that is everything that I wanted to say. I was going to do a debrief at home whilst I consume my meal 3, but I have decided that I will not be doing that because I need to try and multitask, which does not include filming YouTube. It includes me eating and then planning out feedback because I have a handful of feedback videos that I need to prepare for this afternoon for my lovely, brilliant clients. But as always, guys, if you are to do something today, make sure you do it without hesitation. If you haven't subscribed or shared or liked, please do all of the above. It really does mean a lot to me. Until next time, guys, I will see you again soon. Peace.